Today I'm going to talk to you about voting systems, linking it into the unit model, Power, Politics and Media in GCSE Citizenship. The three models that we're going to look at are first past the post, alternative vote and the party list system. First past the post is the system that we currently use to elect our MPs to the House of Commons. This is used on a basis that we have 650 constituencies in Britain, and each constituency has party representatives who are candidates. When we go to vote, we put an X in the box next to the candidate that we would like to represent us in the House of Commons. The candidate with the most votes then goes on to be the MP. The easy way of knowing what first past the post system is to think of it as a horse race. The horse that gets past the post wins the competition. So in the Houses of Parliament we have 650 MPs. For a government to be formed they need to get more than 325 MPs. Now the last election resulted in no one single party having more than 325 votes. But with the Conservatives and Liberals joining as a coalition government, they then became the largest group of parties. As you can see from the two pie graphs, the first past the post system works better for the two main parties. Even though the Conservatives and Labour got 2/3 of the vote, they managed to get 3/4 of the MPs. So it has a negative effect on the smaller parties, with them getting less representation in the House of Commons. Due to that being the case, people are starting to look at how we can have different voting systems for our MPs, and the present government are going to be looking at having a review of the voting system. What I'm going to look at is two different systems of voting: the alternative vote and the party list. The alternative vote basically works similar to first past the post, where you have single member constituencies. Instead of putting a cross next to the person that you want to vote for, you actually put an order of preference. So choosing your first candidate, then your second candidate, and so on. How it works is that the candidate with the most number of votes of preferences would win. However, if they get less than 50%, the last candidate therefore takes on those votes, and so on, until one candidate gets 50% of the vote. The other voting system is party list. This is used in European elections, and it can be used in two different forms, where you have a closed party list system, where you actually vote for the party or choose the party that you would want to represent you in the European elections, or an open party list, where you see a list of candidates and you rank the candidates on the basis of who you feel would best represent your area. Now different countries use different ways of this system. Some countries put a quota of how many votes are needed to gain representation in Parliament, but it depends on the system whether it's an open or closed party list. So in summary, we've looked at first past the post system, the system that is used at the moment to elect MPs to the House of Commons. The alternative vote, a system where we rank our candidates in order of preference, and therefore we get a candidate who has got the most preferences, either first, second or third choice. And the last being the party list, which is used for European elections, where we choose a party rather than an individual, but representing us in a larger area.